Hey, Pia, let's talk.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
I love that last young lady that was on, and I feel like
Powerful,
for
wasn't it?
me, it was so powerful. I'm sitting
Yeah.
here in tears just listening to her because I want to be her one day.
Yeah, you will
Um,
be. You will be.
and for me, I am struggling. I am a single parent in a partnership, situationship. I don't know what
Hmm.
to call it, but it
Hmm.
is a struggle, and I want to get on the other side of being the person that I know that I could be for myself and for my daughter.
Hmm.
Um, I am an educator. I am a student. I'm in a
Nice.
doctoral program, and I'm
Nice.
just trying
Congrats.
to be better. Thank you.
Hmm.
And I am struggling in my relationship of how to leave and how to really figure out what my next steps are. I am the masculine person in this relationship. I
Hmm.
don't want to be that anymore.
Hmm.
I want to tap into my feminine side. I want
Hmm.
to exude the love that I know that I have in me to myself. And I have stopped doing that over the last year and a half to 2 years. But in that same space and place, have set boundaries for myself
Hmm.
in that space. But I want to get to that other side of healing. And I
Yeah.
don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's as challenging as you think it is. Kudos to you for your courage. Let me ask you this before I start talking about some steps, because contrary to what people think, I am actually in the reconciliation business. If couples
Mhm,
can work it out, I love for them to work it out. If you
mhm,
can, if you can't work it out, then life happens and we have to learn how to heal and let go. Um, do you feel like at this point, Pia, you have done everything you can to salvage the relationship?
I do.
Okay. If you can
Mhm,
honestly say that and you're going to move forward, then it's simple. What we need to do is identify what our values are and then align the decision against our values, because our values ultimately tell us what we should be doing next. If you say to me you value peace
mhm,
and this relationship doesn't support your value for peace, the relationship is probably not a good idea.
right.
If you say you value having a voice or you value accountability and there's no accountability in this relationship, or it's just one sided,
Mhm,
then this relationship is probably not a good idea. See, the beautiful thing about aligning our lives with our values is that when we align our lives with our values, we don't have to make decisions. Our values make them for us.
mhm,
So I tell people, Pia, what takes some of the stress and anxiety that you're feeling right now about making the decision and feeling like you got to get it right is because you're trying to make decisions in your life absent of your values. Don't do that. When we make decisions with our values in mind, our values tell us what we ought to be doing. And guess what? When your values tell you that this relationship isn't beneficial, you can make the decision to leave in confidence, knowing that your values support your values. What are our values? I want you to remember
mhm.
this. Our values are our attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles. Hey, I told y'all to have your journal. I hope everybody's got it.
I went right downstairs and grabbed it as soon
Good.
as you said it.
Good. Your attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, principles. All right. Those are how I define values. And so when I'm working with people to identify their values, what are those attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles that govern the way you live?
Mhm,
Identify 5 to 7 of them. You don't need a lot. When you identify them, then begin to align your life with them so that if you say you value peace, you believe peace is important, then your actions should be supporting what you say and believe. Remember,
mhm,
alignment is when what we say, what we do, what we believe on the same page. So this anxiety that and stress that people feel being in bad situations, don't know if I should pull the trigger, if I should leave, I want to leave, I feel like I should leave, I don't have the courage to leave. It's because we don't allow the values to make the decision for us. And on a lighter example, Pia, let's say you were making a decision about a career. Maybe you're
mhm,
given a job offer somewhere, and that job offer aligns with your values better than your current job, and you decide to take it. Let's say you take the new job, you put in your notice where you are, you take the new job, and then 3 months later, the job doesn't work out and you get let go. Did your values fail?
mhm,
No, because your values aren't responsible for controlling other people, which
mhm,
means we set values and make decisions with our values, not to get every decision right. We make decisions with our values to ensure that every decision we make is in alignment. And there's a difference between making a decision to make sure you get it right versus making a decision to make sure you're in alignment with the decision you made. Oh my gosh. Because guess what?
Yeah.
When alignment is the goal, the relationship you chose may have met your values at first, but when people change and they don't meet them, it doesn't mean your values led you down the wrong path. That choice to pursue that relationship was in alignment with your values at the time. It now has to maintain alignment, and you can't control people. So a lot of the stress and anxiety that you feel is because people feel like when they make decisions, they have to get it right. You don't have to get it right. You have to get it aligned. I want everybody to put that in your journal now in all capital letters. You don't have to get it right. You have to get it aligned. Because I'm going to tell you, if we grab that, Pia, you know what that does to the anxiety behind decision making? It takes the air out the balloon.
Yes.
Because most of the time we're most stressed about what? I got to get this decision right. What if I make the wrong decision? What if I shouldn't leave? What if I should? What if I, what? No, you don't have to get it right. You have to get it aligned. And what we need to do is have our values, because if we have our values, that ensures that for the most part, we're going to get it right.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
That should start to take the stress level, sweetheart, and just do this.
Oh, it did it for me right now. It did it for me right now. Thank you.
Yeah, you got a doctoral program. You got other things to focus on. And the decisions we make in our lives, sweetheart, have to be aligned with the things that reflect our attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles. Absolutely do. And we just take stress off the decision making when we recognize that it's our values job to do the work for us and not us. I tell people when I make decisions, because I can sometimes, P, if I'm being honest, be slow with making decisions, because I like to evaluate, especially critical decisions. I like to evaluate those decisions very thoroughly against my values. But here's the thing about it. When I make a decision, I finally come to a decision and it's aligned with my values. I even hit people in situations with this. I didn't leave the business deal. My values did. I didn't reject the offer to work with you. My values did. What? Yeah, my values.
Yeah.
And what that does is takes the anxiety and the pressure off of you, or feeling like you're disappointing somebody, you're letting somebody down. It takes all of that stuff and throws it in the trash. When you break up with someone, Pia, that decision, if you've done everything you can, and that relationship no longer aligns with those values, and your partner is not willing to do the work to correct it, you need to start looking at it like you didn't break up with them, your values did.
Okay.
Make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're
Thank
awesome.
you.
It's a pleasure to
you.
meet you. Good luck on that doctoral program. How
Thank
far are you?
you.
How much do you have left?
I am in research phase right now. So my dissertation is on the persistence of students of color when they violate the code of conduct in post-secondary
Oh
institutions.
my gosh, that's really good.
And so how those wraparound services help them to get from point A to point B. And it's really
Yeah,
a positive thing.
that sounds very similar to my father's dissertation. He did his PhD at Virginia Tech, and he studied the performance of minority students in middle school, and other barriers that were associated with that too. That's going to be a very interesting dissertation to read. I need you to get through the work. Get through the work, shoot me a note, let me know when that dissertation is available so I can read it.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, my friend. Y'all, let's give it up for Pia. That was great. Oh my gosh. We got another doctor in the house. I love it.
May 2025.
Yo, wasn't that solid? That was really solid. And, I think one of the things, gosh, this values conversation is big, because when we really think about it, values make the decision for us, y'all. We don't have to make these decisions. Values do it. And I want us to keep that in mind. When you keep that in mind, you may have to leave some tough situations. Again, I'm not in the break up a home business. I don't care what nobody say. I'm in the tell the truth business. I don't care what that does after I tell it. And we all need to be in the truth business. I want people to be in happy, healthy relationships. I believe the new in thing is relationships. Marriage will never go out of style. I don't care what culture say. I don't care what social media say. Marriage will never go out of style. There's nothing wrong with being married. There's nothing wrong with being in full relationships with people with just one person, and you ain't running the streets and for the streets. Ain't nothing wrong with that.